Pete wanted to see how he had used his money from his mowing job. He kept track of his spending during the summer and later found totals for the 6 categories as shown. Draw a circle graph to show how he spent his money. So, they give us what he did. $20 was given to the church. $50 was spent on a paintball gun. $15 was saved. $5 was spent in snacks. And let's see, $30 for the theme park. And $60 on soccer cleats. So there's our totals. And we need to go ahead and identify for each of these totals the percent and the angle. So let's start with the 20. For $20, that's going to be out of the total. We have to add them all up together. So grab your calculator, and you're going to say 20 plus 50, just add them all up. Oops. So we had $180 total. That's out of 180, which is going to be 1/9. So we divide that out to find the percentage, and I'm going to approximate it to a whole percentage. So that is approximately 11%. Well, now we multiply by 360 degrees. And we say multiply that by 360. And that's approximately, that comes out nicely. That is exactly 40 degrees. Interesting. So that's how I work through to get my my angle that I'm going to need here in a moment. So we do those for each of these. So 50 over 180, which would be 5 over 18. We find the percentage. And that's approximately 28%. Again, I multiply by 360. And I get it's 100 degrees. Cool. So go ahead and work through each of these. I'm going to go ahead and do it and just kind of show you what I get. We have our percentages, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to shrink. Let me see if I can fit all of these on one. Shrink these down a bit. Oops. That didn't quite do it. So we can keep them up here in the corner of the screen. All right, now I want to do my circle graph. So I've got my angles. I draw my circle. Move it here. And now I need my protractor. So here's my protractor. And I arrange it over my circle. So from this point, I need to find a 40-degree angle. So 40 degrees would be like right here, you know? So now, one problem with this protractor is I can't write on it. Anything I write on it gets deleted when I move it. So I'm going to have to that's not the center of my circle, is it? So to an extent, I've got to do a little estimating here. A little over 40. That's like 45. So what we do then, I come in here, I grab this and I bring it down just a little. Still too much. There we go. So that's my 40-degree angle for the money he gave to the church. Now we need the money on the paintball, which is a 100-degree angle. But it's a 100-degree angle from where we are now. Oops. So we turn our protractor, line it up with that, and we find 100 degrees, which would be here. I'll use a little tick mark to help me out. There we go. So my 100-degree angle should be about right there. So then let's measure it and see how I do. A little off. It could be a little further. It's not quite all the way to 100 degrees. So I measure again. That's pretty close. All right. So this is how we're doing it. We're just going to keep repeating this process again and again for each angle. And the next one was a 60-degree angle. So that's going to be here. What's that? All right. I think I know what to do for that one. So let's see how close that is. So it needs to come back a little bit. There we go. And that's about a 60-degree angle. Yeah. The next one is a 30-degree angle. Now, it's a little bit easier to do with a real protractor. Hopefully for y'all, you'll find it to be that way. Oops. So, 30 degrees would be right here. Perfect. That's on the line. So all I have to do is connect these. Let's double check it. Oh yeah, that's 30 degrees. And we just keep on keeping on. So now that next one is 10 degrees. It's going to be right here. See if I can get this one. Oops. I think that's it. Yeah, it's just a little bit more. The last one should be 120. So the way I check my last one is it should be what's left if I did the others correctly. So I line it up and I see that, yeah, that's approximately 120 degrees from here all the way. So I can put away my protractor and I can shade things in. So I'm going to go ahead and shade things different colors as a way to show. So there's the church money. Here is the paintball money. Spent a lot of money on paintball. Oops. So this is just a way to help us visualize the data quickly, and color helps us do that. So we usually use some color. I'm not going to expect you guys to use color if you don't feel the need to at home, but it is always an option. All right, so I'm going to fill these in now with data. Oops. So this one was for the church, and it was 11%. This one up here, the green, was for paintball, and it made up 28%. Over here, this made up 17%, and this is the theme park. Down here, this one made up a measly 8% and was for savings. Way down here, this made up 3%, and it was for snacks. And then the last one here, the big spending category, 33% on soccer. So now we can really quickly tell a lot about his spending habits. He's giving a just above 10% tithe to the church. His paintball gun was a single purchase, which took up a very large amount of his budget at 28%. The theme park came in with a large percentage of 17%. So it seems to me that activities here that he enjoys doing, theme park, paintball, are a priority for him. Down here, soccer. That's kind of in that same category. The majority of his money is spent on activities that he enjoys, or supplies for activities. He saves a very small amount of money, and he does enjoy some snacks here and there. And that's where the money is going percentage-wise. This is how we use these circle graphs to find and compare the materials or the data given. So go ahead and make a circle graph out of the material in skill check 2, and you all should be set to go.